increasing internal visibility. And I'm going to leave you with a framework which I call ECG Framework. So very close to my heart. So it's ECG. Educate, collaborate, get help. So these are the three areas where you can do promotion of your work, get more visibility from people across the organization without making it all about yourself. Let me give you an example. So, educate. Educate would be, say you've launched a new tool, you've launched a new way of working. Now the onus is on you to go ahead and educate people, including the senior most people in different geographies from across different functions. Quick thing like, hey, Azrina, my team recently launched this tool which can help you, and I'll take Ken's example here, which can help us to create amazing marketing collaterals with enough bandwidth to do reruns to meet your requirement as it is. Here's the questionnaire. But before I share more details, I would love to see if we could have a short chat for me to explain how this can help your sales team to come up with best solutions and what kind of questions they can ask the client. So you're educating them in terms of launching something and how it can help their team, not about why it will make your task easy. So whenever you're thinking of reaching out to people, always from the perspective of how it makes their life easier. Second is collaborate. In the same example, you could actually go to a few sales leaders and say, hey, I'm in the marketing department and we're trying to see how marketing can best support you in your sales journey. If you don't mind, I would love to have a short 15-20 minutes conversation with you to ask a few questions on what are some of your biggest problems when it comes to marketing. And perhaps brainstorm some solutions to it. So that's collaboration, always coming from a place to solve their problem and the business's problem. And the last thing you want to do is get help. And this is very difficult for most of us to do because we've been conditioned that if you ask people for help, you're seen as weak. Let me share with you an example. Remember, I told you that I helped Alcott Global to launch their corporate solutions team. Now, Alcott Global is a supply chain advisory firm. They are doing recruitment and they were launching this learning solutions. They had never done learning. Now, I have never done supply chain. I don't come with supply chain background. In fact, initially, every time I used to go for meetings with stakeholders, I did not understand their words. They would use very specific terms, which I had no idea about, bullwhip effect and all those kind of things. And at that time, we didn't have ChatGPT. Otherwise, I would always be on ChatGPT. So my mandate in Alcott was, hey, we want to create a solution, which is a combination of workshops as well as online courses to give a very holistic, organized, holistic learning to everybody in supply chain, starting from entry level to top. Huge, huge task. One of the first things, and here I have to credit Radu, who's the group CEO of Alcott, and he sat me down and said, don't figure it out yourself. Go ahead and reach out to these 25, 30 people who are senior level supply chain officers. These are global supply chain officers. Some of them were regional supply chain officers as well. Tell them what you're planning to build. I have very good relationship with them and get their help. So I reached out to them, and the first 2-3 months, I'm only doing these conversations. It also helps me to build my own vocabulary and learning of supply chain. And you know what happened? When I was telling them, trying to understand what are their big pain points, I knew learning side of things. So I could ask them questions about learning. What kind of curriculum you would want? How would you assess the effectiveness of this program, etc. Very soon, a lot of these senior leaders started becoming invested in the solution we were creating. We were co-creating it together. and they wanted to also give back to the supply chain community. So when you are looking at increasing visibility, use this framework. Can you educate someone? Can you look at them for collaboration? Can you get help? And then it takes away the focus from you when you're building your visibility and moves it on the problem which you all are trying to solve for the organization.